Hello and welcome back to Jikoronpa. In the previous episode, Ryu was like, Fuka, don't worry, I'm gonna get Hikari, she's gonna be fine. And he fell asleep within the span of 5 minutes. It was like embarrassing. Like I love sleeping, but even I would have lasted longer than Ryu. Pathetic garden duty, I must admit. He woke up and Hikari was gone, had a panic attack, worried Kazuyuki, ran over the entire building, and then found Hikari in the garden talking with Tsubaki. And I'm sure they weren't doing anything mischievous by themselves in the garden. I'm sure nothing was going wrong there. And Ryu just basically confessed to Hikari that no matter what happens, they will always be friends, despite the past. The fright that he got, the terror he felt from the thought that Hikari was dead, made him feel like, okay, if I act hesitantly towards her in the next few days, and after she told me she's gonna die, I can't live with that guilt. I need to let her know that we're gonna be friends, and over the next few days we're gonna be friends no matter what. And I think that it was very nice of him. Then afterwards we hung out with Kazuyuki, I believe. I did say in the last episode I split up in 2 parts, but I'm pretty sure we did our first poem hangout of the chapter, and that scares me because so far we've done 1 per day, and I think the body total tomorrow, so there might only be 1 left. And honestly, Kazuyuki's one might have been the last one because there's 10 events overall, and there's each character has 2 events, and there's 10 events overall because we hang out with 5 characters, and we've done 4, so that's 40% of all of them. So if there's 1 more, that means we could do half the available events, which honestly might be a bit much, so that might have been the last one. However, it doesn't matter. I like Kazuyuki's talk. And then after we talked to Kazuyuki, Fuka came to us, asked for help with Seinosuke, because Seinosuke was he wasn't being cooperative. He was like, Fuka, just let me die, please. I've done so much, I just want to rest. But then he gave us some information, gave us some theories. I elaborated on what I think those meant in the last episode of, so watch the last episode if you want to hear what happened there. Just go click it. But yeah, and then that's where he left off. Ryu successfully helped Fuka get Seinosuke to talk a bit, and then he left the room afterwards, where Fuka seemed to realize something, but she didn't elaborate, which was very rude of her, because I feel like after we helped her, I feel like she could have just gave us that information, which she figured out, but I digress. And then we left the room, and then we saw a small group of people, and I remember that's where I left off, saying, you're not going to see who they are. But anyways, I guess I get to see who they are. So take that. With a wave goodbye, I made my way out of the room, only to see a small group together.
I doubt it. Favorite color is likely blue. Do you see how much of such a shoe she wears?
So we're talking about Hikari. There's a small group, at least 3 people. So Chiyuki, Toshi, and Kazuyuki probably, because we were with Fuka, and I know Tsubaki is hanging out trying to make a gif for. Oh, they were planning to make a giant card for Hikari with all the signatures. So they're planning out. Right. I forgot about that. Because they want her to come back to the group, and they were only discussing that earlier today in-game time. So that's kind of embarrassing on my part. Actually, now that I think about it, that also happened in the last episode, and I completely went from my mind. But yes, it is going to be Kazuyuki, Chiyuki, and Toshi then.
It's obviously green. I mean, green is obviously the best color. It's the color of nature.
I mean, that is also a fair point, however. I feel like you're just biased because, Toshi, eyes down, and look at what you're wearing. I feel like you just wanted to make something you like.
Or perhaps red, considering the accents on our outfit. There are a variety of vivid red flowers as well.
What are you all talking about? I mean, if only I remembered. For some reason, I feel like I remember Hikari telling someone her favorite color, but I cannot for life remember what it is. I'll go for blue because of our outfit.
Oh, Ryu. We're, preparing to counter Hikari. Yes, it may take a while, because these people are rather foolish with their aesthetic opinions. So it might take a while because there are disagreements.
It's not my fault you 2 have absolutely atrocious ideas for card designs.
I didn't think realistic drawings of insects would be so obsession to you. And a collage of neon colors isn't that bad either.
Ooh, oh wow, ooh, yeah. Maybe Toshi, maybe you can just leave. I'll submit for Toshi. I'm the artist here. Toshi, bye-bye. Have fun playing in the garden. Distracted Hikari for us. So, okay, with Toshi gone, what are we gonna... Well, yeah, okay.
Yes, here we are.
Do you guys need any help? Or it might be chaotic enough with 3 people already, yeah.
Please convince these two of the horribleness of their tanks. I can't take this abominable mess any longer.
Foreigners love insects, though, do they not? If I recall correctly, Hikari has an admiration for them as well.
I actually do remember that. I remember her talking to someone how much she liked bugs. I think it was in the Guardian investigation of the chapter 3, I believe. I remember her talking about it.
I'm not entirely against the idea of using something she likes, but really? When will bugs be appropriate, Hannah? We want to help you, cuz. Think about the implications.
Well, ants are a colony and they help each other make their nests, and bees help each other on a hive. A lot of insects help each other, to be fair.
Insects do not imply anything bad. They are wonderful creatures.
The normal person isn't as fascinated with bugs as you are.
Chiyuki, well, Hikari isn't a normal person, so take that, Kazuyuki. Wait, no, wait.
Well, the average person is obsessed with neons, and dragons, and sword fights. Whoever is simply just wrong.
Well, I'm sure you aren't biased in any way whatsoever.
You two are impossible to work with. Oh, Jesus Christ. My characters never regress so rapidly. I'm going back into my house and working on myself alone for the rest of time because of this experience. Dear God.
I can, see why.
In any case, Ryu, you can try to help. Agree with me and tell the others they're stupid. That's how you'll help. Do not agree with them, that'd be stupid.
I feel a little bit, I feel like I'm being a bit manipulated.
No, do not worry about us. Let's get back to the ashroom and make some semblance of a rough draft on these.
I like how that implies that they were originally in the ashroom, so that their fight got so annoying that the 3 of them decided to walk it out and just fight while they were walking to try and get rid of their agitatedness. That's actually really funny.
I know, Toshi, we're not incorporating your elementary school level ideas into this. Do you even know how to multiply, I wonder?
I do. 8 times 7 is 43.
Oh dear God, how did you make this far?
Stop treating me like I'm dumb. I know more history than you ever will.
12 times 24.
Well, 28. Okay, so I'm not gonna quick math. That doesn't mean I'm not smart.
Toshi, you said 20, and that is barely above 24. Please, God.
Yeah, he's smart in his own way. I like how I did the math in my head and it was 288, and for some reason, even though I was like, okay, change something rough hour to make it funny, I said 28, which is just like one. If there was just if you just, you know what I mean. I feel like I could have done a more random than that, but I blanked. Why did you have to do math? Screw you, Kazuyuki.
Okay. Then when we're in the ashroom, I expect the entire history on the origin of the number 12.
I can do that. I think. 12 relevant bugs did not forget my ideas, guys. 12 bugs. On the 12th day of Christmas, my dear love gave to me 12 stolen bugs.
Chiyuki, please.
I do not believe there are bugs with 12 legs. There are bugs that come close, but not with that specific amount.
Honestly, that's pretty surprising. I think most bugs have an even number of legs, so if some come close, I'm assuming there's some with 10 and some with 14. It's actually quite surprising that there's no bugs with 12 legs. Well, there might be some, but Julie can think of them to mind, because I doubt she knows every bug in existence. We made our way to the ashroom together with Toshi and Chiyuki rambling about their particular interest on the entire way there.
And overall, 12 is a number that can represent completeness or perfection. It's a distinct number in many ways, from the 12 Olympians in Persian Greek mythology to the 12 zodiac signs in astrology. Yeah. It also has 6 letters, which is 12. And obviously there's the most well-known use of the 12 with time itself. They split into two 12-hour cycles, 12 months, 12 lunar phases. Oh, and since the number of days in each month isn't very equal or easy to remember, there are various ways for kids to remember it. From little rhymes that have been modified throughout the years, to even using their fingers.
Thank you for your lesson, but God, did it take 12 years to get down to the room? That lecture felt like it took an eternity. But I truly did not understand half of what you said. You were going much too quickly, and you kept changing the topic. God, can't you stay consistent?
Oh, come on. Keep up. Your mind hasn't deteriorated me already, has it? You do act 50 years older than everybody else.
And I thought you looked 30.
Okay, wow, why are we all just gagging over me now? Thanks, real. Surprisingly, Toshi, we are likely the same age, despite you acting like a 5-year-old who hasn't learned how to read basic kanji.
Really? You're 16, Kazuyuki. I would have expected you to be one of the older people in the cast. Maybe it's because of your height, but damn, you're 16. I don't think any of us have fully grown our skills yet, considering our ages. In any case, I think our skills peak at certain ages, right?
Yes. I have read before that a good portion of skills are at the maximum strength in the late 20s, early 30s. But other skills may reach their unparalleled potential later on.
So you two shouldn't be so harsh on one another.
Harsh? What?
Hey, don't worry, I know he's just joking.
Joking? Kazuyuki's joking.
Yeah, I mean, we were together this entire killing.
Toshi, I swear to God, if you don't stop talking, I will show you what a joke looks like. Yes, I know, Flips here. I am capable of humor. I mean, I need to get some personality points up eventually, you know what I'm saying? Don't be so shocked. I maybe have been able to tolerate Toshi, but he and I have come to an understanding.
Barely. I didn't hate you.
The feeling is mutual, don't worry about that unmathematical history, boy.
That was pathetic.
I know, I can't think of anything into the spot, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I am so confused. What should I miss? And I mean, I spent time eavesdropping you as well. How did I miss it?
Wait, you know what?
Wait, what?
They both have been talking with Asuka. I suppose that made them closer, tolerant of one another. Asuka's the best. They can redeem anyone, even better than I can. Even a no good doer like him.
Perhaps in other words, Asuka and I would have been friends.
I mean, if there's a world that exists that you weren't an asshole to him the entire time he was alive, then maybe.
Okay, Ryu, now I don't know how to feel about this. Passionate about their beliefs and argumentative, just like Chiyuki.
I hope so. Once I'm back for good, I can make that happen. A warrior like me can even achieve the impossible. I do like to imagine a world sometimes, in which we are all companions, without the threat of death upon us.
If only. We all stayed quiet for a few seconds before Chiyuki coughed. Okay, in other words, Chiyuki had an asthma attack, I think.
Excuse me. In any case, let us decide once and for all what we shall do for the current met for Hikari. Between red, green, and blue, what do you believe would do the best? Which would be your favorite?
I don't know, but you had a good point. But if I had to choose, I like red the best. It's a pretty color. I am so glad that the game didn't make me choose one of those 3 colors, because for a split second there, I thought the game was going to be like, okay, so you know how Hikari has advised you to focus on the little details? Well, I hope you've been paying close attention to her dialogue throughout the entire game, because if you don't get these right, you do not want to know how it's going to affect Hikari.
He doesn't appreciate the beauty of green. It is decided, Toshi. We shall make a red card for her. Even though I feel like punching him through them, we must resist and make our revenge later.
Wait, what?
Do not mind us.
Where do we start then? The stickers, painting, crushing out shapes. Personally, I would have gone for a blue card because I feel like that she would like that more. But you guys do you. I think Chiyuki had the right idea with the blue.
I personally want to make flowers out of fabric. My personal knowledge on the symbolism of flowers is limited.
So much. Flower language in my songs. Prior to this. My brain of flower knowledge is empty. Hollower than a carved pumpkin.
Okay, you're also so proud of us.
Why would you compare yourself, your brain, to a carved pumpkin?
Because pumpkins are great, duh. I always carved some of my mentor, even though it's not that common here.
I wish I could participate in Halloween, but everything's so loud. There's way too many parties and people around.
Halloween. My favorite, twice last. The costumes, the decorations. It's one of the only holidays that I find enjoyable.
Iya hauna.
I do wish to perform a Halloween concert one day. It would be an extravagant occasion. I would invite you all as well.
If you don't know what I just said, Iya hauna is that Halloween originates from Ireland, if you didn't know that. I mean, at least I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% confident that I'm correct about that. It'd be quite embarrassing if I'm wrong about my own country's history, but Halloween originates from Ireland, and it's called Ia Hauna, which is like Night of the Spirits thing. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong about that, but that's what it's called in the Irish language, Ia Hauna Halloween. Don't know if I'd be able to attend, considering the amount of people.
Private concert too?
I mean, I have never heard of a private concert before. I feel like that might defeat the point of a private concert. I mean, are we talking like just singing to Ryu? Because that just feels like singing to him rather than a concert. You'd do that for me?
Of course.
Thank you. Oh Jesus Christ! Look at this. These people are arguing. Oh, this art and craft project has gone terribly. Just look at these faces. I mean, Chiyuki looks absolutely disgusted at whatever the hell has been created. Toshi is like trying to hide it from others. Ryu is trying to just silent it, and Kazuyuki's in the back just ignoring anything.
My content of yours would really be something Chiyuki. If I was still a fan of yours.
Oh, I see. So, okay, well, yeah, that was just uncalled for, Toshi. I understand you're upset at her, but that was just an unnecessary dig at her when we're just trying to make a cat for Hikari.
You are not a fan of. You are not a fan any longer. Considering my recent actions, I do understand. I just don't know how to feel about you. Villains don't feel as much regret. Heroes are able to remember their wrongs. I don't know what you are.
Clearly she has some kind of mental condition that stops her from remembering when she's extremely agitated or gets into fights. How does that make her any less of a villain? Or a hero, I mean.
If I could remember, I would, Toshi.
It's not like she's choosing to ignore her wrongs. She's just... she physically cannot remember it. I feel like there's a difference between what you're describing and what Chiyuki is going through.
I do not recall, unfortunately. I know that. It's just, what's the point of trying to call you out if you don't even remember what you did wrong? It feels like I'm shouting at an innocent person who did nothing bad. Despite difficulty in recalling my memories, I must take responsibility for my decisions. My mentality at the time is the reason, but not an excuse. I know that too. It's just, it feels so wrong. How can you permanent responsibility when you don't even know anything? It feels disingenuous, fake. I'm sorry. There is nothing more I can do than try. I know. I don't like being angry, even though I seem that way recently. I don't like seeing other people as villainous. You are certainly no heroes, but everything about this tears my viewpoints apart. I wish I knew who to ask. Antika, Asuka is amazing, but they don't know how to handle this either. They're not omniscient.
Oh, there's something omniscient. Colette Lever has returned. Oh!
Wait, okay, I went through all that emotional pain just for you to make a cameo like this, Colette. What the hell? Things used to be so much simpler.
Nothing in life is simple. Things are in black and white, no matter how much you wish they were.
I know that already. I know all of that.
Wait a minute. Okay, this is quite a weird thing to point out, but I think Toshi's fringe is the wrong way. Look at his thing by the brim of his nose, the bridge of his nose, and by the forehead. See how there's like they're going like they're pointing from northeast to west. I think they're meant to be from northwest to southeast, so that it should be the opposite way diagonally. I think I might be completely wrong about that, but I just noticed that, and it actually is like, oh wait a minute, is that made? I feel that's the wrong orientation. And the only reason I thought of that is because I was thinking about the 109 Last Defense Academy, and in the first route, there's a mirror, and Takumi looks into it, and I'm pretty sure in the mirror they painted his fringe the wrong way. Like it's obviously meant to be a reflection, but I'm pretty sure they did the reflection wrong. And I was like, oh wow, I just couldn't get my eyes off of it. So that's why I just like, oh wait, that's why I kind of hyper focus on that sometimes. And also another reason, if you ever played the game Process of Elimination, there was a character called Teki who had different color eyes. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but his eyes were two different colors. And at first I thought it was a mistake, because randomly sometimes throughout the game, the side he had a blue and a white eye, but which eye had that color just switched over. And it wasn't until very late in the game till I realized that depending on where the character was positioned, they just reflected his sprite, which is why the eye changed colors. But it just confused me the entire time. I was like, oh wait, what? Why did they? Why did they make two different sprites with the eye color in different places and just use them interchangeably? That's weird. But I figured it out. Don't worry. But I always know. I feel like I just kind of try and. I don't try to just figure out, oh, a mistake. Where's a mistake? I want to find a mistake. But I just feel like my eye draws to it sometimes.
Unless I can return permanently, everything would be so much simpler. I'd be able to believe in them. And be able to believe that you all are nothing but terrible people.
Well, okay, wow.
Well, I mean, I agree with you.
They deserve it.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know anymore. If you truly do wish to ask somebody, I would be willing to give you my advice for now and temporarily. I ask that you not keep her for long, so I'd rather not speak to her and risk succumbing to the motive.
You'd succumb to the motive? You know what? I didn't even think of that. I like what everyone's just like, Chiyuki, I might kill someone if I talk to Mountain. Everyone side-eyes Chiyuki like, wait, excuse me, wait, what did you say?
Any of us may. These are our friends, our companions, people we spoke to and loved during our time here. I cannot say for certain or not whether any of us may take this chance. Did some part of you not consider being able to talk to Moira even longer?
Maybe for a moment, but I'm better than that. Ryu says nothing. Everyone starts side-eyeing Ryu right now. Oh, Kazuyuki stays silent. Everyone says silent Kazuyuki. And this is just a complete cycle.
Hey, that's a sensitive question. You, Toshi, did you not ever consider taking Asuka with you? Considering how long you thought of their life is still going on?
I mean, Toshi has said that if it was possible for it to be the actual Asuka, they would kill. Well, I didn't say it out loud, but their silence heavily implied that if they could kill and get the actual Asuka, mind, body, and soul out of here with them, I'm pretty sure Toshi would take that opportunity. So, if I could see Toshi succumbing to this motive. I do think what's going to happen is, I feel like if we got to day 23 and Dia was like, okay, 3 hours until the holograms are gone for good, I could see Toshi just panicking and snapping and killing someone with the fear of Asuka going forever actually scaring him too much. But I do think the body discovery is going to be tomorrow, and I don't think Toshi would succumb that early. I think he'd go to the last day maybe.
I I do not mean to be rude by doing this, but we must accept their debts that reside within this place. We cannot pretend these are real people, their real selves.
But they still have the same personalities and reactions. They may not have a physical body, but well, they're still not the real people. What I just feel like if I had this power and I had the hologram, which is basically an exact replica of someone, but it wasn't their dead body, I feel like I'd just be kind of forcing them to live on with me if I took them out of here, and I would just feel like cruel in and of itself, because the hologram and AI would always know that they're not the real person. However, they feel the same and exactly like that person, but they'll always know that they'll never be them. And everyone around them will know that they're not the same person. And that detachment from the actual person just could be enough to just be cruel in its own way. I just feel like since they've died here, and I do think we have to accept that and leave them rest. I just don't feel like it's unfair. I don't think it's fair to them for us to keep them living on for our desires.
It's official. Actual bits of code of our deceased friends. They may help us temporarily, but in the long run, they only risk our well-being. The longer we talk to these false versions of our companions, the more we are from the top. The longer we talk to these false versions of our companions, the more we are susceptible to succumbing to the ideas of what if, especially considering the second version of the motive of escaping with another individual. When we are this deep into the game, any of us may be willing to sacrifice a few lives for the greater good. When there is no other way for us to be able to escape, think, would you rather have all 7 of us be trapped here forevermore, or have the possibility to escape with your own life and somebody else's? Well, it does not sound worth it to me. There is a possibility that it may be worth it to another individual besides myself.
So, this version of Iki, the version I've been trying so hard to communicate with.
The real Iki did not, cannot forgive you. You have to accept that fact, Kazuyuki. Just like I cannot gain the acceptance of the past mountain, or seek forgiveness from the past foolish. We may ask for advice. We may speak to them. We may joke and laugh along. They are not a replacement for the real lives we have lost here. No matter what, I cannot and will not trick myself into thinking otherwise by speaking foolish and mountain. Perhaps it is a good thing that you have misplaced your device, Iki. For Iki, Kazuyuki. Oh God, for a second I thought I called you Iki. That'd be quite embarrassing. What about Friday and Slip?
Don't say that. He's not. They're not. God, you're right, aren't you?
Oh, Toshi is absolutely devastated in the corner.
You're so mean. Toshi, of course, Asuka's real. I mean, I'm with Phoenix one time.
Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe Toshi could snap. Oh, Jesus Christ, Toshi kind of scared me. I'm gonna be honest. Just scaring the hell out of me right now. The bejeebers out of me. I mean, yeah, they aren't the real people. This is yeah, this is how I was gonna screw us. And also, I was correct. The fringe did go from northwest to southeast. I knew it.
Every time I laughed with them, many of them, to trade down them these past few days, weren't fake. They couldn't be fake. It isn't fake. They're here, and they're real, and they're alive. No matter what you say, I won't believe you. It's just a villain.
She's not a villain. She's saying the truth. Though I don't like to admit it, we have to accept that they're all gone. There's no way to bring them back, Toshi. You just said a few minutes ago that Chiyuki isn't a villain. So why change now? We have to stay together and accept the truth.
I can't accept this. You'll all regret about saying this about Asuka. You'll all regret regret.
But as Toshi was backing himself towards the door, about to leave, somebody grabbed him. Okay, so there's two choices here. Option one, Kazuyuki brings Toshi into a hug, and he tells him, "Does this hug feel like what it was like with Asuka? Because I am real and Asuka isn't. This is what the hug feels like." It could be Chiyuki, but I feel like it's Kazuyuki has been silent, so the fact if someone grabbed him, it would probably be Kazuyuki. Option number two is Fuka was like, "I gotcha," and just grabbed Toshi from behind and just started dragging him to kill him. Yeah, no, it's option one. While I do think option two would be way more funny, this was more likely and not the more cute.
I wish I could bring them all back as well. I wish I could apologize to Sasuke and Iki. I wish I could say everything I regret doing, everything I regret not saying before, but I can't. They're gone. They're gone no matter what.
Asuka's not gone. Asuka's not gone. I have them device me. I have.
But that's not physically them. What will you do if the device breaks? What will you do if it loses power? What will you do if it glitches?
I can fix it. I can fix them. I can charge it. I can do something. I can.
No matter how hard you try, you can't bring them back.
Yes, we can. There.
It's okay, Toshi. Even though they're not here any longer, you're not alone.
No. I know. I'm not alone. As long as they're here.
Ooh, they still have it. They've been very bad since chapter 2 Thailand. I feel like we're almost there, considering how stressed they are right now, and considering that Toshi has told Ryu himself that he always knew deep down that Asuka was gone. This motive is really what screwed him the most. It's like he was like getting to a better place. The motive, bam, sink back down to deeper depths. And so it's like, ugh. I think Kazuki is almost there though.
We're here for you.
Why?
You know what? A part of me wonders if Toshi's maybe not entire character, but this specific moment and his relationship with Chiyuki is kind of meant to be symbolic to the dangers of parasocial relationships. Because at the beginning of the game, Toshi was obsessed with Chiyuki and deemed her as a hero. But now that she's seen her at her lowest, she now despises. He now not despise her, but he sees her as a villain, or at least an anti-hero at the very least. And before he knew that, he didn't really rely on her, but he saw her as a guide to help him, even though he didn't really know her. Now, in this motive, after Asuka said now they've suddenly returned, they are relying on something that's not real, a relations that are truly real, and they're not. He's not focusing on the people who are real and not focusing on the relationships that do matter. He's using a relationship that's not really truly there to try and help him get through his pain. It's kind of like how a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, maybe it's exaggeration, but kind of how people have parasocial relationships and celebrities and stuff. It's actually really interesting. I really like it.
Because you're my friend.
Where? What?
We're friends now, Toshi. We are. Chiyuki, Ryu, Shubaki, you, and me. We're all in this together. And once we finish this card, we're going to have Hikari be our friend too, and she will never die before we give us this card. Absolutely not. You haven't lost everything, like you think you have. You don't have to lose yourself to a self-destructive mindset. I've been through it too. I thought for so long that by forcing myself to work, I wouldn't need the company of anybody else. I thought I wouldn't care, and that emotions were weak. But that mindset hurts me in the long run. Don't regret everything, like I have. Don't realize you cared only after you lost them.
I don't care about any of you. You're all just.
If I'm a villain, then so be it. But even as a villain, I still care about the hero. The hero that is you.
It's true. Despite our disagreements, I realize that you have tried your best to be there for me. I want to return the same effort to you. I want us to be companions, Toshi. You are not as alone as you think you are.
Yeah, you helped me a couple of days ago. You're kinder than I realized before, and I want to see your kindness even more. You, well, can't give up on us, can you? A hero wouldn't do that.
All of you. I didn't realize before that you all. We.
Yeah.
About.
Okay, was that really necessary? That's kind of creepy. All finishing each other's sentences. Me. Beautiful. I love it.
That was a bit unnecessary, but it's funny, so it's fine. Before long, after Toshi felt a little calmer, all of us returned our attention to Hikari's garden. We decided on a red card with fabric and paper flowers. Chiyuki helped us select a variety of flowers that fit for our intended meanings, and we got to work. After a couple of hours of carefully making flowers,
Kazuyuki's numbers. Oh, for Jesus Christ, who made the iris red? They're meant to be blue. Who did that? I swear to God, I have been so patient with all of you right now, but this is like very clear design for what, who did this. At this rate, we shall be able to finish tomorrow evening. It's almost dinner time, and then poultry time. No, so we should take a break for now.
I always said Iris and I know nothing about flowers. I just thought of the first flower that came into bed, and I really hope Iris is red because that'd be quite unfortunate to be wrong with. I should have just said of rose. At least I know what color a rose is. Right. Let's finish this up tomorrow evening, and then give it to Hikari.
Yeah, it looks amazing so far. So there's nothing stopping us.
And it does scare me a lot that Hikari said that we would find her dead body in 2 days' time. And she told us that on the evening of day 18. So 2 days' time would be the evening of day 20, which is when we're scheduled to finish this card. Oh, I am terrified.
Just grandeur, just facts, nothing to scoff at.
So Kazuyuki, Toshi, and Tsubaki helped you with dinner so far, Chiyuki. It's my turn now, right?
You like to make...
Well, what's easy?
Come on, we can do better than that.
Maybe some fruit? On the talk of plants, I'm kind of in the mood for some. I saw grapes before, so I kind of want to try those.
There were some grapes I had been wanting to try hidden at the back of the fridge. Perhaps we may incorporate those on the side?
Let's do it.
Good luck, you two. I expect the yummiest fruits fit for a king.
I doubt the grapes are really Roman grapes, so I'll have to sell for Roman grapes.
I'm not expecting anything like that. Jeez. I'm not that greedy. Though I do want the juiciest grapes. Dibs on them.
Whatever you wish, my king. I'm nothing but a slave in your presence, yes.
As we left Kazuyuki and Toshi alone, Chiyuki and I began preparing dinner for everyone in the kitchen. I'm a bit concerned. There was only one scene, but I feel like we're getting close to the time limit. You know what? If there's a scene with Chiyuki, I'll go to the kitchen scene. If we go straight to the poaching meeting, I'll leave the poaching meeting for next time. We'll see what happens. I washed my hands and gathered the fruits around the kitchen, while Chiyuki gathered the supplies.
Fruit salad, correct. As well as celery, grapes, raisins, and several berries. This shall be a fruity meal indeed.
I'll make the dressing while you cut up everything, right?
Yes, I shall.
Alright, here we go. We started our designated tasks, and I glanced over to Yuki and saw her close her eyes, and honestly, this kind of scared me a lot because I felt like she was going to pull out some kind of power move of cooking, and I don't know how to feel about it. How experienced are you with cooking?
Quite so, but not as experienced as Kazuyuki. I mostly craft desserts for my friends.
How often for your friends?
Daily. I live with them.
I still live with my moms.
Now, Ivo and I's oldest sibling figure owns the home. They are a few years older than the both of us. Ivo makes breakfast and lunch, now cooks dinner, and I make desserts. It is our system. I have the smaller job, considering how much I do for the Swan Blossoms. I do wish I could assist with the meals more, but I suppose I should acknowledge how much I do already.
How much?
Making, songwriting, singing, composing, quite a lot. As you and I are both multi-talented.
Okay, just out of question, what does Iroh do exactly? The Wasp, what is his role in this band? Do you just do everything? Because that feels like a lot for one person, and if there's two of you, I feel like you'd be helping. Whoa! I wish I was good at that many things, and it seems like a lot.
It is exhausting, but I would do anything for those two.
Even take a break and take care of yourself.
Damn it, you've perturbed me.
You said anything.
You got me there. Congratulations. I shall now kill myself for failing to meet my demands.
Wait, no! We soon finished up our task as we continued talking.
Just believe we are done. Are you prepared to hand out meals to everyone, even for you and Hikari?
Yeah, let's go. Holding containers full of fruit salad. We left the kitchen. We went to Hikari's door first and knocked on it. Oh, you're lucky. We have just enough time to do this. I was like, do I want to be mean and end this before we talk to Hikari? But no, we're going to talk to Hikari. Hey, Hikari.
Dinner time already? I didn't think the time would pass by so fast.
How have you been today, Hikari?
We've been mostly talking to Tsubaki and Daisuke today. I befriended Tsubaki recently as well. Do you enjoy her company? She's a little blunt, but you know, she's the only person whose free time events I've completed so far, and the character and the guy who playing the game can't control me anymore. So just over anybody else I can hang out with that I can tolerate. But she's a little blunt. But at least you know you won't hide anything. She won't hide anything from you. I feel similarly. Once you get used to the manner in which she speaks, she is a joy to be around. She even managed to make me smile in a few occurrences.
Really? She must have a soft spot for people that aren't me or Toshi, then.
Yes. Did you enjoy our company, Ryu?
I'll refrain from commentation.
I understand. She's a little rough around the edges. It took a little while for me to get used to her during these last few days, too. But she's a great planner. She's pretty smart, and she gives good advice. I'm glad she spent so much time with me yesterday. It's a little sad because of some other stuff, but...
Daisuke?
Yeah, I've been running out of things to talk about with him. But it's okay. I'll find more. I know I will. In any case, here's your dinner.
Chiyuki handed a container to Hikari.
Thank you, Chiyuki. And Ryu. I hope I enjoyed this last meal.
Well, I'm glad she told someone else that she thinks this is going to be the last day she's alive, because Chiyuki is going to have her alarm bells ringing in her head now. Last meal?
Oh, I meant the last meal for today.
Oh, good.
Be careful that you're working. It may scare us if you are not careful.
I mean, I would be terrified no matter what. I'm not sleeping tonight if that's what she says to me. No matter what, no matter how much she reassures me, I'm going to be panicked all night.
I'll do that. Nothing will happen to me later today or tomorrow, you know.
Though, to be fair, I do think she's gonna. If we do find her, I do think we're gonna find the dead body near the end of day 20. So even if this is her last dinner, she'd still have a meal and breakfast and lunch tomorrow. So, I'm leaning towards believing her.
Nice, you too.
Good night. I'll see you tomorrow, Hikari.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore that she had tears in her eyes when she said that to me. Hikari shut a door, and we went towards Fuyuka's door next. Ryuka opened the door with a disappointed look. No, that just looks like a normal face. I don't see any disappointment in that sprite. But besides that, I forgot to inform you. I already ate. So we made extra for nothing. Thanks, Ryuka. I mean, we just take it to the poster meeting. If anyone else is hungry, they can have more food, I guess. Or we just give it to Ryuka anyway, and if she's hungry, she can have it.
If he's not eating anytime soon, it shall likely go bad. I suppose we could get the remainder to Toshi.
I mean, we could also put it in the fridge. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the biggest food expert, but I feel like if we put it in the fridge, it would at least last till tomorrow morning, I would hope. Yeah. Anyways, good night, Ryuka. I'm sure none of this will be relevant to a murder happening. Murder what? Good night. I love that McDonald's. She shut her door in our faces. Rude. I guess we should get going to the art room now.
Let's depart.
But we are not going to be departing until tomorrow because this is the end of today's episode. I know, I'm an evil mastermind, as Toshi would say.
He's a villain.
During today's episode, a large majority of it was tied up with us making the card, which I would say I didn't expect us to spend that much time on it. Well, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the scene, like I said earlier, with the parasocial relationships. I really like the symbolism between the two and the metaphors. But obviously, I could be just wrong about it. But I still like that interpretation of it in my head, so I'm gonna keep it because I really like it. And then we go to Chiyuki, and it went by way quicker. But yeah, let's see. Hikari said this would be our last meal, so if we find a dead body tomorrow, that'd be really strange. Well, it's also strange in the first place that she thinks that she's going to die on day 20. And then Ryuka has already ate, which seems odd. I wonder if she made something herself and poisoned it, but then again, why would she tell us she ate that food? Why would she not take the food and just throw it out or eat it herself and spend the last day stuffed so people wouldn't realize that the food she ate that was poisoned was made by someone else or herself? I don't know. Then again, like I said, I think we're going to find the dead body on day 20. So tomorrow we're going to go up to have our most likely last poetry mission. And we're going to read Chiyuki's poem, I believe, if I'm correct, because we read Kazuyuki's day 1, we read Toshi's day 2, and now it's time for Chiyuki's. Wait. Oh no, sorry. We read Kazuyuki's first, then Tsubaki's, then Toshi's yesterday, and now on day 19 we'll finally read Chiyuki's. I forgot about Tsubaki being part of the poetry meeting because she wasn't part of making the card, so that completely went from my mind, but yeah. Today we'll be looking at, tomorrow we'll be looking at Chiyuki's poem and reading it, and it'll be about Mayumi apparently, so I think Ryu will have some thoughts about that. Then afterwards, after the poetry meeting, we had such a long time making the card, and we made food for them, so I feel like we just go straight to bed. Then we'll wake up at day 20. I don't think the poetry meeting will last so long that it'll still be day 19 when we finish tomorrow. We might actually get to the body discovery. I'm pretty confident we're either going to get to the body discovery tomorrow or 2 days from now. I guess we'll only find out. I'm honestly, now that I think about it, it's pretty late now, so I'm not going to, this is going to be my last recording of the day, but honestly, I might record tomorrow till we get to the BDA, and depending on how long the videos are, it might be one, might be two, but anyway, that's for me to figure out and find out, and for you guys to figure out whether tomorrow, or however long the episode is, you'll know by tomorrow what's happening. But yeah, with that said, I have nothing else to say. I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of Jikoronpa. Bye-bye.